Good evening, Darth. We sold out a pink romance.
That's great. What did people think about it?
Too soon to tell. I'm going back out to sell the rest of the blue meth. I will let you know what feedback I get about the pink romance.
Sounds like a plan.
Angel wants me to call him.
I have some sensitive information for you. This line is encrypted. Christopher Barrow was a British occultist last seen in New York in the 90s. He had been experimenting on lupines. The Camarilla didn't care about that. Then he tried to kidnap a gangrel, but her coterie fought off 2 werewolves and a bruja that were under Barrow's control. The gangrel sent a hunting party to kill Barrow, and they never returned. The Justicars declared a blood hunt and sent their agents after him. They found his supernatural slaves, but he was gone and not seen since. This is the official Camarilla report. Your mileage may vary, and you didn't hear any of this from me. Oh, and no news yet on that book.
Thanks, Angel. I appreciate it. Hello, Avogadro. Good evening, Susie.
Good evening. The tea smells great.
Would you like some Avogadro?
Not unless you have opium tea, flowing through the veins of N. 8 or better.
No, sorry, we don't have any of that here. Hey Evie. Would you like to join me in the sunroom for yoga?
Yoga? Are you serious?
Sure, we need to stay limber.
I have my own ways to stay limber.
Suit yourself.
Susie, may I join you?
Sure. Let's go to the sunroom.
That's just weird.
Well, I've got some hot information to share with everyone when we're assembled together after Alberto's.
Great.
So that's what Angel told me about Christopher Barrow. This guy sounds really dangerous. And like he's got it in for gangrels and werewolves.
Well, who cares about werewolves?
He sounds really dangerous, and he's the only human the Justicars ever called a blood hunt for.
There's lots of dangerous people. Doesn't mean they aren't useful. We've been involved in numerous blood hunts. They're called for various reasons. Often they are called for reasons other than the stated reason.
He said something about burning bridges.
We don't know what kind of bridges, but he did something to cause the Justicars to declare him anathema and call a blood hunt.
Let's see if we can find out.
I totally want to meet him. Occultism is my thing.
Well, Avogadro, it's been nice knowing you.
Avogadro, I worry he could put a hex on you or charm you like Sapphire did. I don't think you should be alone with this guy.
Yeah, maybe he'll give you the kindred equivalent of fava beans and Chianti.
That sounds like an herbal remedy for menstrual cramps. I think we're in a good position here. Let's see what we can find out.
I don't feel safe.
Our options are, we could ignore him or at least tell him we're not interested in finding his book and go our separate ways.
The book is bad news. Why give it to him?
We don't know that. We could research the book, we could attack him.
Attacking him sounds like a bad idea.
We should see if Diana has a charm or something to protect us.
Yes, we should do that first. Let's go.
Welcome. Thank you for retrieving that book for me. It's very helpful. What can I do for you all this evening?
Have you heard of a magician by the name of Christopher Barrow?
No, sorry. Should I know him?
No, not really. He was just an occultist in New York who disappeared, and your book was in his possession at one time.
It is rightfully in my possession now.
Have you heard of the book Destinies of the Soul by Alessandro Balsamo?
No.
I would like a reading, please, to see if we are in danger or something.
Of course. Passion and romance await you. Bright new prospects are on the horizon, while a close friend acts on your behalf.
I would like a reading also.
Yes, the mermaid. A temptation may lead you astray, but seek the queen of love and the dragon of strength and wisdom, so that prosperity will come to you.
That sounds like a reading for Avogadro.
I'd like a reading as well.
Your secrets are safe, held by good fortune and friendship. Be meticulous and patient like the spider.
I was wondering if you might have an amulet or charm to protect us against an occult practitioner.
I have a Seal of Solomon pocket coin. They are normally $100 each. But if you buy 6 with a discount, that's $300.
Here's $300.
Thank you. The readings are free tonight. Good luck.
Good evening, Robert. I didn't introduce myself last night. I'm Talia Reish. I am a fabric artist. And this is my friend who also loves beautiful things.
Hi Robert, call me Avi. Wow, you have an incredible king. Nice wood.
It is beautiful.
Why, thank you. It's not only beautiful, it's ancient and said to have powers.
Well, I'm just living for that king. Is it for sale?
No. And why didn't your friend come in tonight?
She's busy and doesn't appreciate beautiful things the way Avi and I do. You also gave us a very difficult task.
To be completely honest, the book you purchased last night was a test. I made that book very difficult to find. It was a test and a search to find people that can find difficult things. I too have clients that request hard to find items. I used to have connections and resources.
It's an interesting proposal, and my friends and I have talked about doing it.
Why not invite your friends in?
I just texted them. Gift and Robin will come in, but Evie and Darth declined.
Very well. Welcome Robin and Gift. I pegged you an honest person, so please. What's on your mind?
We did some research and your name is not your name. You talk about honesty, so what is your real name?
But you already know my real name, which I have changed to Robert Sharrowchip. You also know my previous name, which was Christopher Barrow. So tonight, who is being dishonest?
How should I address you?
By my chosen name, Robert.
How do you know so much about my character and what I know? And what did you mean about you having burned bridges?
I was born in 1830 outside of London. In the early Victorian era, vampires and lupins killed and traumatized a lot of people. It was horrific. It was a time of superstition, but the monsters were real. I wanted to harness the supernatural power for the betterment of humankind. I don't know if you all can understand why I would want to help my own kind, humankind, but understand that in my position vampires and werewolves were our mortal enemies. I did a lot of research on the occult, as well as on supernaturals including vampires, werewolves, and changelings or fae. I found ways to extend my life, acquire psychic abilities like telekinesis, pyrokinesis, astral travel, cursing, divination and healing. There was a time when I had to capture my enemies, and I was able to convince some of them to help me help mankind. Through them I had access to information to obtain things. But I made a miscalculation. My helpers were attacked and killed. My access was severed and I walked away. Then my enemies came for me, and I suspect you have heard the story. I know what you are, and I also know you are somewhat unique and don't take things at face value. You like to explore and make fair decisions.
Why do you want this book? What is it for?
The client wants the book and I cannot divulge my client's names because of the trust involved. This client is a fellow member of the Anthropodermic Book Collectors Guild. When the book Destinies of the Soul was published, they thought it fitting that a book about the soul and destinies should be bound in human skin. The skin most easily and ethically obtained for bookbinding would be that of an unclaimed person or an executed criminal.
I was concerned that a book bound in human skin had dangerous occult properties.
This book is merely a curiosity, a philosophical book. I also deal in magical artifacts and relics. I could pay you and your friends in cash or in magical items to increase your powers.
Do you mean any harm to myself or my friends?
Oh, quite the contrary. I think you can be useful to me. I would prefer you not tell the Camarilla about me so I don't get murdered. Please search my shop and my home. See that I don't have any captives in my basement or any other rooms.
Avogadro and Robin, please check the shop and living quarters. Thank you, Robert, for the opportunity to validate your claim.
I feel that you're being honest with me.
Yes, I need your help. I still want to do meaningful things with the time I have left.
It's all clear. He's got a cool room with a pentagram on the floor and lots of beautiful things. But I still like the cane best.
Give me time to go through some things and see what I could part with. For a price.
Don't give me a fancy price. Just because I am rich.
Your discretion is really appreciated, and I think I would be able to help you and you can help me, and I make assurances that I am in no way harming any more of your kind, unless they come after me.
Perhaps we could start with a smaller errand. To build trust.
Agreed. I'll see what I can come up with. Have a good night.
So Robin, how is it going with Tomas?
I'm conflicted.
He seems to like and trust you.
But I wonder if I am depriving him of his free will.
He already liked you. It's not like you're forcing him to like you. You're not treating him bad.
Avogadro is right. You are his friend. You are giving him a gift. Some regnants are cruel and sadistic. You are helping his business and helping him. Talk with him and see how he feels about you.
Yeah, you need to talk with him, then get to second base.
Robin, keep in mind, the attraction will fade over time if not refreshed with your vitae. It's not forever. Even after the third ring, it must be renewed, or it fades.
If you don't cool him, somebody else might.
Robin, why are you conflicted?
I wouldn't want my free will taken away.
And since you and I were turned without our consent, I understand how that can be difficult.
But he already likes you, so it's not as if you are forcing him to like you. My sire made ghouls indiscriminately. I have fond memories, but he wasn't very nice. He was a libertine and had flirty dancing boys and girls.
Sounds like fun.
He took me swimming in the ocean under the moonlight. We swim without breathing now. It's a benefit of being kindred that nobody talks about.
I never thought about that.
Gift. You could swim and feed on sea mammals.
I love diving. It's worth a try.
Sorry to be so nostalgic.
Robin, it's safer for us and for Tomas if he is gold.
Pardon me for butting in, but a ghoul retains his soul, whereas a kindred being dead does not. At least not in the eternal sense.
Is your soul a pre-existing condition? Or an undefined field of possibility? I wouldn't know if I had an eternity to find out. But it's a damn fascinating question.
I guess Darth needs to do some soul searching.
It felt good taking care of those bad guys. We made the world a little better place to be.
Gift. Your calling could be an amateur vigilante police with a bit of style. We got a lot of them without style. The world could use an improvement.
At the bookstore, Robert was talking about taking out bad people, and that resonates with me.
I would hate to burden myself with thinking I know which they are and which they aren't. Righteousness can escalate into genocide.
I think it's time for me to go. I'll try offering my vitae again to Tomas tomorrow night.